읽기 한번 해보도록 하겠습니다. 자, 읽어주세요.
What all that nonsense?
잠시만. 브릭스 리딩 200-3번 마지막인 19번째.
마지막에 두 번째.
자, 한번 고.
What all that nonsense? Edward Lear. Who was Edward Lear? He was a great English writer from the 80s. He wrote many poems. His writings have a rather of characters and words, but they are found his most first famous book and of poems is from 1846. It is called a book of nonsense. Before you read this book, you should know two things. Are those real words? Lear's writing is very creative because he made a word, but only shocked if you see them. They are just a lot of fun nonsense. There are many different strange creatures and words in his stories. For example, there are bubbles, gerbils, jumblies, and blue bosses in his book, but they are not real. Many people like his work because it's interesting and funny. Lear's poem pattern. Lear wrote many of his poems in a special kind of pattern. His pattern was 5 lines, and he made it very popular. When you read his poems, look for the word in the first 2 lines will rhyme, and in lines 3 and 4, the last word will rhyme together. Then the last word in the final line will rhyme with the last word in the first 2 lines. Hit the books. Now you know about Lear's poems, so go check out a book of nonsense if you can find all of his strange words and creatures. Also, try to find his famous rhyming pattern.
오케이. 예, 아빠가 읽어줄게. 내 아빠 읽고 네가 한번 더 읽어라. 오케이. What's all that nonsense? 자, Edward Lear. First, Edward Lear. He was a great English writer from the 1800s. The writer many poems. He write have a lot of word characters and words, but they are from his most famous book of the poem is from 1846. It's called the Book of the Nonsense. People, you read his book. This book you should know two things. Although the real words, the reader is very creative because he made up word, but be shocked if you see them. They are just a lot of fun nonsense. There are many different strange creatures word in his stories. For example, there are published Julius blue verses in his book. But they are not really. Many people like his book because it's interesting and funny. Next, 실 한번 읽어볼까요? The rhyme of the fool's leanest from poem. There's an am of the old man with a bird, but sad. It's just I feared. To old and hang for lax and brain have all built their nest in his bird. Next, Lear's poem patterns. Lear wrote many of his poems in the special kind of pattern. His pattern is 5 lines, and the rate is very popular. When you read his poems, look for the special pattern. The last word in the first two lines is rhyme. In the line 3 or 4, the last word will rhyme the rhyme together. The last word in the final line will rhyme with the last word in the first two lines. That's hit the works. Now you know about the rhyme form. So go check out the book of the nonsense if you see if you can find about the strange word and the creatures. Also try to find his famous rhyming patterns. 야 유치유 한 번 더 읽고 끝. 자 아들이 한 번 더 읽고 마무리하겠습니다.
Edward Lear, who was Edward Lear? He was a great English writer from the 80 Jealous. He wrote many poems. His writings have a lot of wood characters and words, but they are fun. His most famous book of poems is from 1846. It is called a book of nonsense. Before you read this book, you should know two things. Are those real words? Lear's writing is very creative because he made a word. But don't be shocked if you see them. They are just rather buffon nonsense. There are many different strange characters and words in his story. For example, there are bubbles, jumblies, and bluebirds verses in his book, but they are not real. Many people like his work because it's interesting and funny. Lear's poem pattern. Lear wrote many of his poems in a special kind of pattern. His pattern has 5 lines and he made it very popular. When you read his poems, look for the special pattern. The last word in the first 2 lines will rhyme, and in lines 3 and 4, the last word will rhyme together. Then the last word in the final line will rhyme with the last word in the first 2 lines. Hit the books. Now you know about Lear's poems, so go check out a book of nonsense. See if you can find all of his strange words and creatures. Also try to find his famous rhyming pattern.
예, 그죠. 여기까지 합시다.